So hi, from the previous video that we've made before, we already told you about the definition of meteoroids, asteroids, and comets. So today we are going to tell you about movement of meteoroids, asteroids, and comets. So asteroids and comets move through their own orbit around the Sun. Meteoroids move freely in space and are influenced by the gravitational pull of planets, the Moon, and the other objects around it. But how do the movement of meteoroids, asteroids, and comets? You must be wondering, so let me show you. So first we are going to the movement of a meteoroid. So let's see. So first we got a meteoroid. So a meteoroid is a small fragment of rocks and metal that floats in outer space and travels around the Sun. So a meteoroid, like I told you before in the definition video, a meteoroid is a floating piece of stone and metal that moves in space. So a meteoroid, they are floating in space and travels around the Sun. So the second one is meteor. When a meteoroid enters the Earth's atmosphere, it will be called a meteor. Molecular friction between the air and the meteor produces heat until it burns, resulting in a straight line. So when this meteoroid, which is the fragment of rock travels around the Sun, enter the atmosphere of the Earth. So you try to imagine that this is the atmosphere of the Earth. So when they enter the atmosphere of the Earth, they will be called a meteor. Okay? So the molecular friction between the air and the meteor produces heat until it burns. So because of the molecular friction between the meteor and the air, they will burn. Okay? And resulting in a streak of light. So the third one is meteor shower. So meteor showers happen when many meteors enter the Earth at the same time. So when many meteor that burns enter the Earth at the same time, it will be called as meteor showers. So this one is meteorite. Usually meteors will burn out before they reach the Earth. However, there are meteors that reach the Earth. These meteors are known as meteorites. Craters will form as a result of meteorites impact. Okay, in some case, meteors does not burn. They reach the Earth. Okay, this one, meteor, they burn. Okay, they burn before they reach the Earth. But in some case, they don't burn, but they reach the Earth. So this fragment of rock, we call it as meteorite.
Okay, now it seems like it's my turn to give you the insight of meteoroid, asteroid, and comet. Let's first take a look at the movement of an asteroid. Asteroid moves at an average speed of 25 kilometers per second. Most asteroids are in the asteroid belt. However, there are some asteroid orbits that are outside of the asteroid belt, such as the orbits of Apollo, Amer, and Aten. Orbits that are outside the asteroid belt can be near or even intersect with the orbit of the Earth. This can cause collision between asteroid and the Earth at the intersection point or trails near the orbit of the Earth and the orbit of the asteroid. Collision with large asteroids can result in destruction of living things. As is shown in this video here, due to the collision with a large asteroid, many living things on planet Earth is being destroyed, such as plant, mountain, and etc. Please take a look at this video to understand more about this topic.
Did you know that a vast majority of asteroids in the solar system are found in Orion between Mars and Jupiter, called the asteroid belt? There's one theory about how the asteroid belt was created. Astronomers think that 4.6 billion years ago, when our solar system was being formed, a 10th planet tried to form between Mars and Jupiter. However, Jupiter's gravitational forces were too strong, so the material was unable to form a planet. The four largest asteroids in the belt are Ceres, Vesta, Pallas, and Hygiea. They contain half of the mass of the entire belt. The rest of the mass is made of countless smaller bodies. You might ask yourself, how could spacecrafts just move through this Ryan without hitting anything? The reason behind this is that the distance between objects in the asteroid belt is not like in the photos we see around. It's actually quite larger. For instance, if you stand on an asteroid and look around, the next one would be too far away to see very well. Objects in the belt are made of rock and stone, and there are billions of asteroids orbiting there. The biggest asteroid is Ceres, at about 1/4 of the size of the Moon, but most objects range in size down to pebbles.
That was interesting, wasn't it? It said in the video that the asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter and was originally supposed to be a planet, but due to Jupiter's powerful gravitation, the planet could not be formed. And I was quite shocked by the fact that there are some asteroids as size as a pebble. That was really smart. It's really smart, isn't it? As you see in this picture here, there's the orbit of Apollo, a body of Aten, a body of Emma, Earth, Mars, and even the Sun. And here's a fun fact for you. Paleontologists believe that the extinction of dinosaurs was caused by the collision of a 10-kilometer sized asteroid with the surface of the Earth. Do you think it's true? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But yet again, we still can't confirm it yet. Now let's move on to the movement of a comet. A comet moves at a speed range of 10 to 70 kilometers per second. Most comets are from the Kuiper belt or Oort cloud. When a comet gets closer to the sun, it increases in speed, melts, and appears to have a long tail. The tail of the comet is always away from the sun due to solar wind blowing from the sun. As you see in the picture here, the comet tail is away from the sun. Strong gravitational pull of outer planet can cause the comet to easily slip out of its orbit. A comet that is out of its orbit has a risk of colliding with Earth at high speed.